What's goody, Sis Bro? It's your girl Nay, tuning back live with another freaking video. So y'all, first and foremost, Happy New Year. This will be my first intro video coming into the new year, and I'm just wishing you guys so much more happiness, so much more success, and so much more love in your 2019 year. And I'm just wishing you guys more peace, more sanity, you know what I'm saying, and just so much more love. So Ace, obviously, he just loves being in my videos. Like, he just loves me so much. He wants to follow me everywhere. So today, y'all, I wanted to give y'all a basic tutorials, like get back to the basics starting off the New Year's, because I feel like there are a lot of things that people kind of look over in a sense that really need to be paid attention to. So we today are going to be working on eyebrows, y'all, and I am like a stickler for eyebrows, y'all. Like, eyebrows are like the windows to your soul. People say the eyes, but your eyebrows are really like the windows to your soul. Because for if you got some nice eyebrows, some clean, crisp, lined eyebrows, you can go from like a 5 to a 7.5 easily. So today I'm not only showing you guys how to use an eyebrow pencil, but I'm also going to show you guys how to use a actual pomade. This is the bear that Dre got for me for Valentine's Day. I'm gonna go into my makeup bag. This makeup bag is so cute, y'all. I love it. Oh, my loose powder was open in my bag, so now first things first, we're gonna get into what you'll need basically to complete your eyebrows. So this is just stuff that I use. If there's stuff that you don't have, or there's stuff that you know you just don't want to go out and buy, or for whatever reason you just don't have it or whatever, it is perfectly okay. There are different methods and stuff like that, and tips and tricks that I'll put in here so that you can like still use what you have but get the same outputs. It's some type of liner, pomade, pencil, anything to put on your lashes. Some type of concealer. I always use the MAC Studio Finish Concealer. I think everybody uses this basically. This specific color is NW35. So yeah, this is lighter for me. Spooly. And my brush has also a tip at the end. Also need some type of angled brush. So both of these work out perfectly. Actual concealer brush, and you'll need something to blend everything out. This is usually the step where people put primer, but yeah, go ahead and do that and I'll skip that. So I'm just going to spoolie out my eyebrows, and y'all, it really does help if you get your eyebrows done beforehand. So where your eye begins is where your eyebrows should begin, right? I like to go just a little bit further up. Personally, that's me. I feel like it works for me. And if you go here, this is where your eyebrows should end. My arch is typically right about here in the middle of my pupil. That is just showing you guys like the basic outline of it, just because I know as a beginner you kind of get lost in like the shape. And I can say every single day my eyebrows are never the same. They are always different. So it gives me a basic outline so that my eyebrows could look like, you know, sisters and not like distant cousins. I'm gonna go ahead and start with my pencil brush, and I'm doing that on my left hand side. You guys is right hand side. So I don't ever start in the front. I start in the middle, and I kind of drag it. It's kind of hard to do this without a mirror. I just drag it, and now as you see, I'm kind of lining it up. So my arch is here, so I'm gonna start to take it higher. Once we pass my arch, I'm gonna take it down. Now, y'all, people be trying to make it seem, and then after I'm gonna fill in the rest. See that? People try to make it seem like you can't mess up. you can mess up. That is the whole point of concealer, okay? You can mess up. So now that I've gotten my outline of my under, we're gonna go on top. So we're gonna start in the middle again. And I don't have as much hair there, but I see my arches there, so I'm gonna continue upwards, right? And then I'm gonna bring it down.
Okay. And then we're bringing it down. Hey, yo, this is turning out pretty good for someone who doesn't have hair.
One thing to know, we are not doing blocked eyebrows in 2019. We're not doing that. No, no, no. So your eyebrows should always go from lighter to darker. That's why I always start in the middle when I start my outlining, because if, say for instance, I accidentally have a heavy hand and I'm pressing down on the pencil, it's gonna come out much darker here and then start to fade in the back. No, we want it to be darker here, so I always fill in the back first to get a visual of like how I want the front to be. Now here we're doing light strokes, light strokes. Okay, so you see how this is much lighter and this is very much darker. So then we're gonna continue. Ooh. Okay, and we're just gonna fade. So at the front, I kind of just do light strokes, like going upward. So starting at the bottom and lightly. It's almost like you're making hair strokes. And then afterwards, I just go in with my spoolie and spoolie it out. Okay? I'm gonna do this side with my eye with a pomade. It's the same steps as this, but a pomade has like a pomade is a more like chalky-ish consistency. I don't really know how to describe it. Just gonna put a little bit on your brush, like literally a little bit, like don't OD it. And we're gonna start off in the middle. All right, see? And I'm reaching up here. It helps that I have my natural arch so I know where to go, but the middle of my eye is when I start to arch. So I'm gonna start obviously curving upward, okay? So here we are. Some people be looking so straight that your arch looks good from here, but from here it be doing jagada, okay? So you have to, what I do is when I know I'm getting to my arch, I kind of turn my head to the side a little bit so I can see what I'm arching. So arched it, and now we're bringing it down. Another tip, when you're using pomade and you're getting to outline the beginning, I don't put extra pomade, like I don't put extra product on my brush. I just use what's left over on this, because like we said, we want this to be lighter than this. Yo, I'm doing this without a mirror. I'm impressed.
So like I said, I'm going up. And honestly, y'all, I'm like everybody else. This eyebrow is probably my hardest eyebrow to do. This one I can do with a breeze, but for some reason, when it comes to this eyebrow, I just be, I don't know.
You do not want to use a flat brush, like a thick, fat brush in the beginning to do that little stroke motion. You want to use a tiny brush, because if you use that big fat brush, it's gonna look like your hairs are extremely fat. Your hairs are extremely skinny, so use a skinny brush to emulate that. And we're just gonna drag it. See that? And drag. This isn't that bad, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to go out the house like this, you can, sister. You can. But me personally, I'm not going to. So what I do is I use my MAC concealer, and I also use my LA Girl Pro concealer. There's so much. Look at this. Always close your loose powder completely, honestly, y'all, because oh my god. I put my LA Girl on my hand, right, just to let it warm up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go right underneath the eye. I start in the front With my concealer, I start in the front. When I'm actually drawing my outlines, I start in the middle, but I start in the front. So we're gonna go ahead.
Follow your line. Now sis, this takes so much time, okay? It's actually really hard to do this without a mirror. Okay.
And I'm gonna blend it down a little because it makes it easier to blend out. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the top. So what I also like to do sometimes, look, it looked like a little drip coming. So what I also like to do sometimes if you have too light of a concealer, like how I have like a really light concealer, for your under eye, this color might be okay. But sometimes I also like to just mix in just a tiny teeny bit of foundation with it. Because your foundation is your skin complexion, it's going to look more like your skin complexion. Let's go ahead and do the top. And you see how it's more brown, it's not as yellow? That's because I added a little bit of my foundation.
I messed up.
See that? I messed up. But I messed up right here, obviously, because I got a little bit of concealer in my eyebrow. I go in with my pomade because this is my pomade set. I take my tiny brush that I was using earlier, and I'm kind of just gonna go right back over it. Okay.
Child, please. And you can always
Blending, blending, blending. Another tip for y'all, if say you're going back in and like you see like there's spots missing, you know, you want it to be clean, crisp like this, and there are like little tiny spots missing. When you're done blending, blend it all first. When you're done, you can go back in and slightly touch it up. See that? Yes, honey, yes. I don't set my eyebrows. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I continue on with the rest of my makeup. But something that I found helped me was like an eyebrow set. Ulta, Sephora, CVS, or anything. You're basically looking for like a black like mascara wand or something like that. What I use as an alternative is mascara. Try to use one that is not waterproof resistant, because waterproof resistant means that it's very sticky. It's gonna clump onto your eyebrows. It's gonna be extremely hard to take off. I use like a light one that's just like chill, like one that like has preferably like gone down a little bit, so like the residue of mascara is still there, but it's not like a fresh new mascara joint. And brush my hairs back. I hope this tutorial really helped for anyone who is still struggling with their eyebrows, or just kind of like gave you guys a little bit more tips and tricks to how you can do them. Please feel free to comment down below. Subscribe, of course. As always, I'll see you guys in my next freaking video. Your girl is out. Peace, y'all.